What's up everybody, this is Master Ian Gamer, and with the hype train for the 2018 Uprising/Archives event being well on its way, it's time to start delving even more into the new content we could be getting with it. While I already made a video discussing the start date and the possibility of PvE modes, in this video I'm going to be talking about what is, I think, a lot of people's favorite aspects with any events. And that's the new skins. So without further ado, let's jump on in and take a look at some of the cool new skin ideas that could be coming with this next event. So for starters, let's take a look at Overwatch themed skins. Given the type of skins we got with last year's Uprising event, it seems pretty likely that we'll be getting a lot of past themed cosmetics revolving around the Overwatch organization. So what exactly could we be getting this year? Well, one skin in particular has seemingly already been confirmed, somewhat, and that is a new skin for Winston. Now the confirmation comes from this forum post made by Jeff Kaplan in response to a question asking about when Winston is next going to get a skin, since at this point it has been quite a while. And according to Jeff Kaplan himself, spring 2018. Now it is also possible that this is applying to the anniversary event, which should be coming after Uprising, but I have a hunch that Winston will be getting a skin for this event. Not only is he a major character when it comes to Overwatch's past, but there's actually quite a bit of potential for him. The first skin idea for Winston that came to my mind was some kind of lab coat or scientist getup, like what we see him wearing in the Uprising comic from last year. While this lab coat itself is probably a bit too bland to be an in-game skin, I think we could very easily see something along these lines. After all, despite being a scientist, most of his skins aren't really scientist themed. He's got a space suit, a scuba suit, a safari suit, which I guess maybe is kind of like a scientist, but I'd love to see him get a new skin that better represents his role as, of course, a man of science. But moving on now, let's take a look at some other Overwatch themed skins. The next big ones that come to mind for me is the training outfits, which we've seen in a couple different locations. The most notable one is from this photograph where it shows multiple Overwatch agents featuring this gray and orange color schemed outfit. We get a much closer look at this specific outfit on Tracer in the Uprising comic from last year, and while I will admit that it looks a little bland when it comes to the sort of detail we would expect from skins in Overwatch, at the very least, I think it's a good starting point for speculating what we could get. Perhaps if they decked out these training outfits with a few more accessories or a bit more hero-specific detail, then they could in fact work really well as in-game skins. Unfortunately, this was really all I could come up with when it came to Overwatch organization-specific skins, but don't worry because the best skins, in my opinion, are still yet to come. Real quick though, before I move on to more skin ideas, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you can keep up with all my future Overwatch content. Anyways, now let's take a look at Talon. Talon, I think, has some of the best potential this year when it comes to new skins. There's quite a few possibilities in store for us, and quite a few heroes specifically who are desperately in need of some new cosmetic content. First and foremost, we have Doomfist. Now, Doomfist has been in dire need of new skins ever since his release. He has yet to get a skin for an event, and I think this is definitely the best opportunity for him to get something awesome. So first up, given that Uprising looks at past events in the Overwatch universe, it's possible that he could get a Savior or Scourge Doomfist skin. The Savior and the Scourge were of course the two predecessor Doomfists before the modern day successor Doomfist, and while it might be kind of strange to make one of his skins just literally a different person, I think they aesthetically look unique enough that they would absolutely work and would be pretty cool. At the very least, it would give Doomfist players just a little bit more diversity when it comes to their appearance. Moving on now, while still looking at Doomfist, we have the white tuxedo as seen in the Masquerade comic. This one is my personal favorite for him because I gotta say, he looks pretty snazzy. I don't know how well a tuxedo would work when it comes to combat, especially one as melee involved as his gameplay is, and I don't really know how the whole Doomfist gauntlet itself would play into such a nice suit like this. Nonetheless, I think it's amazing and would love to see it wearable in-game. And for my final Doomfist skin idea, we have just a generic Talon operative skin. Now this could really be anything, and it basically just stems from the idea that if Doomfist were to be going on an active mission with Talon, he probably wouldn't be wearing what we see him have in his default skin. skin. It's more likely for him to have some sort of Talon, dark clothing, tactical sort of outfit. So while unfortunately I don't really have an image to show off what I think this could look like, I think it is definitely possible, especially if this year's event as a whole revolves around Talon. Moving on now to the next hero who I think has the most potential with this event, we have Moira. Once again, I think there's potential here for her to have a Talon-esque tactical outfit. While she is technically a scientist and probably doesn't really see that much action in the field, it's possible that, like Winston, she would get some sort of Talon scientist outfit. Maybe this will be a lab coat or have some sort of technology accessories along with it. But needless to say, I think there are a lot of cool possibilities, and of course, Moira, like Doomfist, is in dire need of some new skins. Now, I'm not quite done with Moira, but I'm going to finish up talking about Talon skins before I get to her other possibilities. So next up for Talon, we have Reaper. Now, Reaper I think is definitely someone who could be getting a lot when it comes to this year's event, both in terms of cosmetics and story in general. But when it comes to skins, I think the big one that comes to a lot of people's minds is the Red Death skin that we see from the Masquerade comic. While it shares a likeness with some of the skins he already has in game, I think it's definitely unique enough that it would work as its own separate outfit. And I gotta say, it does look pretty good. And continuing with the Masquerade theme and moving on to Sombra, we also have her Jester outfit from that same comic. This would definitely be a fun skin to throw in, and overall would be pretty ridiculous, I think, but nonetheless, I'm sure a lot of people would love having it in game. Anyways, now that we've wrapped up with the Talon skins, let's move on to Blackwatch. Blackwatch, after Talon, is possibly the biggest contender when it comes to who this year's event will revolve around. We could be seeing a lot about their undercover operations, back when Overwatch was at its prime, and likewise, we could get a lot of new skins with it. So once again, looking at Moira, I think possibly the most anticipated skin for this entire year's event is the Moira Blackwatch skin, as seen in her Origins video. It's absolutely distinct enough from her standard outfit that it would work as a new skin, and this could easily fill in as the scientist outfit that I was talking about earlier. I've seen a lot of people talk about how much they want this skin to be in game, so hopefully we'll get our wish granted. And sticking with the Blackwatch theme, Reaper I think has some potential here as well. We of course already have his Gabriel Reyes skin in game, but it is possible that he would have had some kind of alternate Blackwatch outfit. Again, I unfortunately don't really have any visuals to show alongside this, but as I said, given how much potential Reaper has as a character with this year's event, I would not be surprised to see him get a new skin, especially one based in the past story. And now that we've talked about all the major organizations that are the most likely contenders for this year's event, let's take a look at some less likely but still very exciting skin possibilities. The first of these is the Junkers. Now, the Junkers are quite a popular faction within the Overwatch universe. The hero roster only has 2 representatives from them currently, but they do still have their own map, and other heroes even have skins referencing them. So it's quite possible for us to get more Junker-themed hero skins to help flesh out this faction's presence in game. The big ones I would love to see is Junker skins for any of the Omnic heroes. Orisa, Zenyatta, and especially Bastion I think have a lot of potential when it comes to these sort of scrap robot skins. I would love to see a skin for Bastion where all his body parts are just kind of these random bits of junk welded together to form this cool turret robot, so I do think there is a lot of potential here. Other heroes who could possibly fit within this Junker theme could be Pharah with some crazy pieced together jerry-rigged jetpack, Torbjorn with some sort of weird post-apocalyptic mechanic skin, or even Doomfist, who might have some crazy Junker tech making up his gauntlet. But moving on now past the Junker theme, there's also quite a few skin possibilities that wouldn't necessarily fit in with a specific faction or event, but could still work really well with this event's theme. For example, D.Va might be getting a more tactical themed mecha. While we've already seen her pink mecha in action, I think it would make more sense on the field of battle if her actual mech was a bit more, military. Maybe not with the flamboyant colors and all the branding plastered all over it. Maybe it would look more like her Goliath skin from Heroes of the Storm, which I do believe is a StarCraft reference, but still this is a possible idea of what a more militaristic D.Va skin might look like. Also, we could get armor army outfits for Zarya and Soldier 76, based off of their Uprising skins from last year. This would definitely fit with their themes of both being soldiers, and while Soldier already has his Commando skin, which looks fairly similar to this one, I do think there's a lot they could do to make it look more unique, especially if they go with him being younger and having the more blonde hair, which would of course fit with the theme of all these archive events taking place in the past. So there you go, these have been all my ideas for the time being regarding new skins we could be getting with this year's Uprising event, so be sure to let me know your own thoughts about the things I talked about here, or even your own idea for new event skins down in the comments below. If I get enough great ideas from you guys, then I might even be able to make another one of these videos before the event starts. Don't forget to vote in today's poll card, and be sure to leave a like, subscribe, follow me on Twitter, and turn on notifications to both help out my channel and keep up with all my future Overwatch content. This is Master Ian Gamer signing off, and until next time, have a great day.